Peace, YouTube. Y'all know who this is, man. EK back in the building. Another day to be great. Let's get it, man. 2K26 is around the corner. We actually should be getting some news tomorrow, even though they're probably going to be the usual sweat trailer and precise stops and launches and revamped dribble engine news that we know mean nothing. But, you know, one can dream. Anyways, that's not what this video is about. We're here to talk about all the badges in NBA 2K25 and kind of analyze the meta and where this game went wrong. Spoiler alert, it went wrong in many ways. But the badges, as some people on Twitter would love to disagree for some unknown reason, the badges and the builder do incredibly impact the meta. The gameplay is important, but for example, if badges like Interceptor on this game, which, spoiler alert, will not be ranked high, if they were better, just one badge was better, and you could actually steal lanes consistently, that would already put a big dent into how annoying the meta of like L2ing and dexing and running around is, and just overall frustration in the game would already decrease. So at the end of the day, they have the power to make this game good, and they choose not to do it. I'm just here to, you know, kick ass and take names. That's what I've done every year. I've been playing 2K for 11 years. I dominate every year. I know how to put the ball in the hoop, stop the other team from doing it, and win the game. So I'm just here to share my opinion. Let me know yours. And if your badges rank low or whatever, or you think I'm overrating something, I mean, it is what it is, bro. I'm just going off my experiences, what I've seen. I've played pretty much every game mode on a variety of builds and my team. Let's get started. F tier, of course, is the worst, and S tier is the best. We're going to start from the bottom and work our way up. And I ain't talking about your mother. Starting out strong in the F tier, we got Layup, Mix, Master, and Hook Specialist. Now, if you use either of these two badges, I got two questions for you, bro. What type of drugs you smoking, and where can I get some? Because these two badges and game mechanics, not even that the badges don't do anything, which they don't, but Euro steps, spin layups, hop steps, and post hooks are probably like the 4 worst possible shots you could take in this game. If you're trying to have fun, if you're trying to win, it does not matter. Like, I have a build with 99 close shot, and I promise you, bro, I've been doing post hooks for years, bro. I shoot the same percentage on post hooks as my teammate who's a 6'7 lock, and when he's trolling, he literally has a 70 close shot, no post control, you know, no post badges at all, and he will hit contested post hooks. Sometimes, obviously, it's not a good way of offense, but I literally think that post hooks, I don't know what they did to them. Like, ratings don't matter, attributes don't matter, and it's crazy because in every 2K, they're either completely overpowered or completely ass. And this year, they are completely ass. Wouldn't be surprised if post hooks are just amazing next year. Moving on to the E tier, which is what I like to call the tier of disappointment, man. It's just badges that are just disappointing. Like, they could have played a place in the meta. Challenger, you already know, shot contests in this game are terrible. They don't help you contest a damn thing. Off-ball pest, all people do is dex and run around off-ball, backdooring. This badge doesn't do anything, bro. It'll give you one half-decent animation every couple of games, bro. People just run right through you when you play the backdoor perfectly. Your players in my team can't stop a backdoor with this badge on Legend. It just makes no sense, man. And by the way, I'm not ranking these badges at the Legend tier. I'm rating them as a whole. It's just Legend badges. I mean, I had to choose a color to make all of them, and I just picked Legend because, like, it looks cool. It's red, whatever. Mini Marksman doesn't do a whole lot of anything. Supposed to help you hit contested shots against bigger defenders. Challenger doesn't give you contest in this game, but being bigger than somebody does, so you should probably not be looking to shoot in bigger defenders' faces unless you're hoping your center gets the free board. I mean, sometimes you'll hit a contested, but I think that's due to Deadeye. I don't think that's due to Mini Marksman. This badge is useless, but you get it for free on a small guard, so maybe in the chance that it does something, it's cool. Float game, floaters don't work for the most part unless you're making like 50% of them maybe on your real player percentage setting, or if you're on high risk and you have, first of all, you shouldn't have driving layup on your build in general. Driving layup is awful in this game, as you see. Layup, Mix, Master, and the other badge, which I'm gonna have ranked in D tier, layups are just not good in this game. I've had to deal with that the whole year. I've tried everything I could. They just suck, bro. If you're doing layup, hopefully they're better next year, but as of right now, they're terrible. Moving on to the D tier, this is where like badges actually do something, but it's either not important in the meta or it's just way underpowered. Like physical finisher, oh my god, I keep dunking on these driving layups, but I'm telling you they're terrible, and I wish they were not, bro. I'm pissed, bro, because like I had to deal with it the whole year. I put it on my main build, and I didn't feel like remaking the build, bro. I was winning anyways, despite my driving layup rating not doing much. But as somebody that had Hall of Fame physical finisher on my build after I got all my cap breakers. Yes, when you go up on somebody that's way smaller than you, has way worse interior defense, you know, no interior defensive badges. Yes, bro, if you time your layup well, you're going to make it on them and push them out the way. Like, I want to be able to beat somebody to the basket, and if I have a 99 driving layup, and I've tested the layup takeover too, it doesn't do anything either. I could do a takeover tier list, and then, I mean, it would be a short tier list, bro. All the takeovers in this game are trash besides Shifty Shooter and Deep Bomber and Clamps. Everything else is complete trash, but that's off topic. Physical finisher will help you make a layup over somebody that can't play defense, but I don't even think that's the badge doing anything. I just feel like that's, you know, the difference in attributes. Aerial Wizard, alley-oops are really bad in this game. Sometimes you'll connect on a good one, but all it does is make your green window bigger. It's already easy to time. I guess it helps you get putbacks too. It's just 2 features. I mean, like, it does something, but it's not meta at all, and it's like, it's more like a fun thing. Like, if you're throwing lobs and doing putbacks, like, you're probably not taking the opponent very serious, which, I mean, whatever. Slippery off ball, it's been the same badge for years. It doesn't do a lot of anything. Some people swear by it. I'm not buying it, bro. It don't break no ankles. It don't help you do anything, bro. Dudes just run around behind the L2 off ball and backdoor with or without this badge. It does not make any difference, I promise you. Versatile Visionary, you will still throw passes off of people's bodies, off of rebounds, off the fast break. You will still do stupid dribble handoffs. Even though lanes are ass in this game, you will still get laned at the same frequency as people that don't have this badge. But, you know, it's there. Like, sometimes you'll get quicker pass animations through traffic. That's the main thing I noticed with this badge. When you're double teamed and you do throw a good pass, it'll leave your hands quicker. So that's good sometimes. Interceptor, man, it could have, like, this badge being good and lanes being good, like how they were at the start of the year before they got patched. Like, it would have made this game so much better, man. It's a video game, bro. And if anybody has ever played real-life basketball, even on the high school or, like, pickup level, you know that interceptions are very, like, when you telegraph a pass, especially if you're not a great passer, it's a free steal, bro. Bro, grown men do not slap the basketball out of bounds, bro, on easy interception attempts. You could have this badge on Legend, and you will not get lanes consistently, bro. It's so sad. Bronze Interceptor and Legend Interceptor get the same lane animations. The only thing that determines interception frequency is the steal rating, bro. 84 steal Silver Interceptor, 85 steal with gold, and then +1 to Hall of Fame. I promise you, they get the same amount of lanes, bro. Same amount of tip passes. It's just such a disappointment, and it would have made this game a lot more enjoyable and playable if people can't just run around in circles and you can't do nothing about it on a build with high steal rating. Moving on to the C tier, these badges are actually decent in the game, even though they don't really fit the meta. You know, they're decent. Like, they do their job, but how much do you need them is a debate. Like Immovable Enforcer, like, yeah, it'll force people out of bounds on the sideline in, like, 5v5 or 3v3 when they run right into your body. But that's about it. Like, the other times it pops up is when people take a smothered layup on you, but they're gonna miss that layup anyways. You know what I mean? It's like, I wish it did more and was obviously, like, if it was oppressive and difficult to, like, just move past people at all, it would be frustrating. But, bro, like, it's frustrating to get blown by, you know? Like, people hate a defensive 2K so much, but then they cry about offensive 2Ks being terrible too. So, like, can we just have a defensive 2K one of these years? Like, in 2K20, everybody had this badge. I don't remember if they had it in the game, but it's like everybody had this built in. Like, if you were playing good D, you were on somebody, bro. And we need to go back to days like that, bro, because that's how basketball is. If you don't got a bag, you don't need to be out here scoring. This is NBA 2K. You know what I mean? This is not pickup basketball 2K. This is NBA. Every player in the NBA can lock up anybody. When you watch an NBA game, dudes is getting locked the fuck up unless you're a star, bro. Like, dudes is putting on the floor and getting clamped out the gate. Chase Down Artist, How the Mighty Have Fallen, High Flying Deny, whatever you want to call it. I have a build with 99 block, and it's just such a disappointment, man. Sometimes you'll get a crazy animation or it'll save a game, but usually your player's in quicksand, and my player is fast. In Takeover, I have an 87 speed with a 99 block, and it feels like I can't block a damn thing. Like, I'm right there at the rim, and it just will not let me do it because the block frequency on this game is really bad, and it's just a disappointment. But it will do things sometimes. Unpluckable, I don't give a crap, bro. Like, obviously you want to have it as high as you can if you're a guard that dribbles and tries to play basketball the normal way, but nobody will convince me that a badge that A badge like this is required or amazing when centers with no post control and no ball control, 25 on both, hold their butt against two good defenders and they can't rip them at all, bro. Like, there's no way you can convince me that this badge does a whole lot. I've had Legend Unpluckable on my build, +1, with 97 ball control, and I've gotten ripped multiple times in one game. Like, not blitzed, ripped, standing still, not even dribbling, just holding the ball in my hands by a guy just spamming me with 4 fouls and 70 steal rating, bro. You cannot convince me this badge does a whole lot. I'm sorry. Post fade, it does give you, I do have this badge on Legend 2 on my main build. And I mean, like, it helps you green more post fades, but like, let's be real here. Like, if you're taking a lot of post fades, why? You know, it's cool, it's fun, but it's not resulting in a whole lot of wins. It's at best a wide open 2, which you could just take with a midi fade, and it's a lot more efficient, and your teammate could go for board, which is important in this game. You know, or you're gonna get ghost contested, like hop shots, which it helps on. Hop shots suck in this game for the most part, especially if you're a big and you don't have any good animations. It's just the post game is all about drop step standing dunk, which I will never do in my life. Or it's just, you know, like, you could have fun with this badge, but you're not gonna be dominating people, and you will miss eventually, no matter what tier you have this badge on. I also see people that have no high midi and no badge at all will still hit post fades, contested ones at that. So how much does this badge do? Not a lot. Paint Prodigy helps you make standing layups. I mean, and I hate this badge because it actually pops up on driving layups and help you make them. I don't know if that's just a visual glitch or whatever, but I definitely feel like on my build that had this badge on Legend, it definitely helped me make more driving layups, but you need a high close shot. Wow, it's just so, like, this game's just dumb, bro. When it comes to making actual close shots and up and unders and skilled layups in the paint, it doesn't do a whole lot, bro. It's just let 7-3 centers score on bigs that are 6'10 and under. That's just make bad layups with real player percentage. Not impressed. Posterizer, rim running in this game is OP, but it's not due to posterizer. You could obviously do meter dunks and get a contact every now and then, and posterizer helps you miss less dunks on alley-oops, contact alley-oops, and just, you know, regular dunks in general. You'll still miss wide open dunks with a high dunk rating and slasher takeover, so don't take that badge too serious. Moving on to the B tier, like, this is where most of the badges are, because badges in this game are free and you don't have to do anything to equip them. You just automatically get them on the highest level that your build is allowed. You don't have to pick and choose, and a lot of badges in this game are decent. B tier, you see we got Post Up Poet. It's weird because as you see, Post Move Lockdown is in the same tier. If somebody has Post Move Lockdown high and or they have higher strength than you, or they're bigger than you, this badge is completely useless and does nothing. But if you know how to finesse it and they don't know how to hold the left stick to stop it, you could score damn near every play off of this. It's the badge that folds people to the ground out the post. It could be frustrating to play against, or it could do absolutely nothing. It really depends. The reason I don't have limitless range high is because it's just not as an efficient of a shot. And in this game, if you want to win, you want to try to be efficient. Obviously, it's still a great ability to shoot from deep, but it's way less consistent than shooting right on the 3-point line. And, you know, unless you have deep bomber take, you should really not be attempting limitless range threes. And you don't need to. The defense in this game is not terrible, but if you're a good guard and you know what you're doing, you could get to a regular 3 every play. You don't have to shoot from half court. It doesn't change anything about the game, like past 2Ks. Bailout, it's always going to be the same badge. You could fake a rim run and fake going up for a shot and then pass it out to the corner to your teammate. That's basically all it's good for. If you start your jump shot and don't spam it right away, it'll make you go through with the jump shot, which is why it's not as good as it was in past years, but it'll still do its job. Ankle breaker, it's unpredictable and random, but in certain game modes like 1v1 theater or game modes with a lower difficulty, it'll be very prevalent, especially if your opponent doesn't have a perimeter defense very high, or on-ball menace, which I guess has ankle braces built into it or something like that. And you'll also break people that have 99 perimeter D, even though not as often. You will still break them. And anytime you get a crazy ankle breaker animation, if you're ready for it and you know how to, like, quickly score out of it, it's a free bucket. So you can't get mad at a free bucket, and all it activates off of is like snatchbacks and behind the backs, which is all that people spam. So you don't need skill to activate this badge either. Strong handle, on the other hand, I wouldn't say you need skill, but you do need to understand how it works. It's not random and unpredictable. If they have high perimeter, it will literally do nothing. If they don't have high perimeter and you know how to do it, and they're making any contact with you, you literally get a guaranteed dunk every play. So it's weird because sometimes it's just like whatchamacallit, just like Post the Poet. Sometimes it will be completely overpowered, and sometimes it will do nothing. So for that reason, we can't hype this badge up too much. But it's a cool idea. I wish blow-bys had their own badge that was similar to this, that was based on attributes. Instead, in this game, you could be a 7-3-60 overall and get a clamp breaker on the lock with 99 perimeter. It's really dumb. Glove, I mean, it's obviously very cheese, and you could be, oh, you know, I get spammed all day, and, like, people get mad steals. Like, yeah, but I need this badge to actually, like, allow me to rip an idiot every play. Like, you could have 99 steal in this game, and if you go against a center with 25 ball control and they're dribbling in your face, it's a high chance you will not rip them once, you know? So just off that alone, I can't hype this shit up, man. I'm sorry, but you can't get blitzes consistently on this game. Just because somebody gets a few fluky plucks from spamming you all day, they're going to do that with or without glove. When you have this badge high, I'm talking about Hall of Fame and Legend, you need to be taking the ball off people that are running through your body. It happens every play. My lockdowns play it perfectly. Dudes don't know what they're doing, but because this game is made for bums, the game be protecting people and coddling them and letting them get away with murder, bro. Once this badge like goes back to like how 2K20 was, and I would say 2K17 too, when people run into your body, they lose the ball if you reach at the right time, then I'm gonna hype it up. Pogo stick does what it's supposed to. You can test a shot under the basket, you can jump for the rebound quicker. If you jump for the rebound once, if you go up on offense, it'll let you go for the rebound quicker. It does what it's supposed to, but it's not crazy like last year's. You do notice it when it's gone, though. When you're on a build that don't have it, you see a huge difference. A-tier badges is badges that are great in this game. Like, these badges are, if you are playing against people that are quote-unquote good, or they're streaking, or they're winning, whether it be on ones, like with Rise Up and, Post Powerhouse, or on threes with On-Ball Menace, or twos with Box Out Beast, you know, handles for days. Like, you're going to see these badges on these players' builds more often than not on a pretty high tier, you know. Break starter, a lot of people like to complain about it, but I don't care, bro. It's sometimes you might get a bad catch, but usually you're gonna get a free wide open dimer 3. You know what I mean? You're gonna just shoot a wide open catch and shoot 3 on the break after the other team missed. So you can't hate on that, bro. I'm sorry. It's a great ability to have. Obviously, handles for days of lightning launch, even though they're not required to be a quote-unquote comp guard on this game, because most top reps don't even dribble the ball at all. They just hide behind the L2, like I keep complaining about, but it's true. That's how the game is played. Dexing rules this game, so I can't hype these badges too much, because you could literally win without having either of them equipped to your player. If you're a guard that likes to dribble and score, obviously these badges are incredibly important on whatever tier you can get them. Rim Protector, the only reason I don't have it high, because it does do a lot of great things for you, is because sometimes if you have it on a high level, it'll give you nothing easy animations, which is basically an intentional foul. And I don't like that, you know. I don't like intentional fouls being a thing. They were going out the game for a couple years, and I was like, yes, and now they're back. And I don't know why. I don't know who thinks it's a good idea to make me play perfect defense and then force me to foul, but I guess that's what we're doing, man. Rise Up in, Post Powerhouse, they need no explanation. Dudes will just drop step and then hold square and just score on you. Like, it's not relevant on most courts. Like, maybe on twos sometimes it's relevant, and usually on ones, but when you're playing against it, you know the feeling, bro. Like, you can't do anything. You feel like you're playing great defense, and dudes are just going through your body, pass faking, and just going up on you. It's just bad ball, but it is what it is. On-Ball Menace is obviously an elite badge. It's not top tier because it is not very consistent, and obviously doesn't do a whole lot against L2ing and dexing and off-ball defense, which is very important in this game, and no real way to play it, to be honest. But when you're guarding ISO, when you're guarding, trying to like make sure you're walling people away from the screen, trying to attach to the point guards, you need to have this badge. It works great on silver, it works great on gold. It's just all around, like, it helps you not get blown past, even though you still will get blown past. Helps you not get blown past, helps you harass the offensive player, especially if they don't know what they're doing with the handle. Like, it needs to be about 5 times more powerful, if you ask me, but we'll take it for now. I can't complain about defense. Like, this is the one badge that be holding it down. Box Out Beast, even though I complain about rebounds, most of the rebounds in this game that frustrate me are the ones where they run in from the three-point line and jump over you despite you being in position, and the ones where they sit dead zone. Box Out Beast doesn't have anything to do with either of those things. You could literally have gold Box Out Beast and push somebody out the way that has it on Legend. It's not common, but Rebounding, just like everything else in this game, is pretty RNG when it comes to box out interactions. It's not a skill, really. Like, you want to be getting as many box outs as you can, and if you have it high, don't get me wrong, you'll definitely be in a good position, and it'll guarantee you the board more often than not. But when you're playing against somebody in dead zone, like, it won't do anything. Good luck. You better pray you have a higher rebounding or a bigger player or a higher vert than them. Otherwise, you're screwed. Literally, it's just luck of the draw. Lastly, man, we've got the best badges in the game. These badges, in my opinion, is what holds the most weight. This is how you win games. And I'm not saying it's toxic or if you have them. Everybody has every badge in the game pretty much. So these are the badges that you want to have them as high as possible. If you don't have these badges high and you're not playing the meta, I'm not saying you're losing, but this is how the game is meant to be played. And whether you're cheesing the game or trying to play legit, you got to capitalize on the efficiency. First 3 badges: Deadeye, Set Shot, Shifty. Simple. Shooting badges, the higher you have them, the more efficient you're going to be. The more efficient you're going to be, the more likely you're going to win. It's simple mathematics. In a game that's ruled by RNG and nerd scripts, you know what I mean? Like, these devs got everything mapped out to, like, you will only shoot as good as the badges allow you. Have the badges as high as possible. You will shoot as good as you possibly can, Obviously, skill level is going to vary. Not everybody's going to shoot 70% from 3 like I do damn near with an 83 3-ball. But, it'll bring you closer to it. If I had these badges on silver instead of Hall of Fame like I do, I would not be shooting as good as I do. You got to put yourself in a position to succeed. Dimer, same thing. Why would you not want to boost when you kick it to your teammate wide open? You know what I mean? Like, why would you not want to boost when you shoot on this game if this game literally forces you to miss some perfectly timed shots? Think about that for a second. Brick wall, screens are great in this game. Most people run screens in one way or another in every single game mode. And brick wall, when it connects, it's pretty devastating. So, you know what I mean? It forces somebody to pick up. But I have Pick Dodger. Even though Pick Dodger does not counter brick wall perfectly or even close, it gives you a fighting chance. And the less that your center has to hedge and the less wide open threes you give up as a team and the more you control the glass, the more chance you have of winning. So if your center don't got to step up, if you're contesting shots, you're probably going to be all right, And lastly, obviously, rebound chaser. People just press triangle. They sit dead zone. They jump from the 3-point line. Like, if you're playing against somebody that has high rebound chaser and your build does not, they could literally get 6, 7, 8 straight boards on you, despite you being in perfect position. And there's nothing you can do about it, bro, just because of the way the rebounds in this game bounce straight in the air. And that's just the meta of the game. Hopefully it'll change next year, but this is how this game was. Do I love it? No. Will it be a lot different next year? Probably not, but we can dream and we can hope. 2K26 news tomorrow. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.